And now it's time for the Body Surf Podcast with Tim and Owie.
Hello and welcome to the Body Surf Podcast. This is Whomp Week. It is Wednesday, the 14th. Is that the date?
That is the day.
The 14th of September, a few days out until the big event, the Australian Body Surfing Classic, which is happening this Saturday, the 17th of September at Cronulla Beach. We have a very special guest on the podcast, Finn Padman, local legend, North Cronulla Grom boy, who knows Cronulla Beach like the back of his butthole. How you doing, mate?
Good to be back, most importantly.
Yes, second time on the pod. If you haven't seen it, go back and watch Finn's episode. It was one of our best.
Yeah, my mum liked it. She said, yeah.
Your mum watched it?
Yeah, of course.
That's nice. What did she think of the show, generally speaking, not just her favourite son's appearance?
She liked it. I may be making up the fact that she watched it, but, no, my sister watched it. She thought it was really good. She thought it was a natural sort of conversation. She said you were very radio-ish.
Right.
Which is, I think it's a good thing.
Is radio good, though? Everyone hates radio.
Well, radio's good. You like radio. I like radio. Of course,
yeah, but I'm a nerd. People are always like, oh, you know who sucks? Kyle Sandilands.
Well, they're not wrong.
Do you know who sucks? David Hughes. These guys are making like a couple of mil for saying a few things here and there. I reckon they're doing all right.
I reckon they got a good life.
Yeah.
A lot better than mine.
What is your life like?
My life is waking up, doing a job I don't enjoy, doing comedy, and then playing golf and going body surfing. Yeah,
we did some comedy tonight. How did that go?
It was a quiet night. It was a fun night. It didn't go good.
Yeah. Regular Wednesday night.
Night for us, yeah.
But it's good to get out there hustling and grinding and trying to get better at our craft.
We haven't gone for a body surf yet.
Yeah.
I was going to come on this Saturday, but I got work.
Can you come Friday morning?
Got work.
Oh. Can we go? Because we're playing golf tomorrow.
Yeah.
And one of our viewers, Tom Tok, very good golfer, like proper like professional golfer.
Oh, cool. How'd you get the listener?
He's a friend and hopefully a fan of the podcast. So thanks for listening, Tom. And Finn's just gotten into golf, so maybe you can take him to Cronulla Golf Course, which is a private golf course. You can only get on there by knowing a member or paying a lot of money. Because you're playing all these public courses. You don't know what it's like out there for these rich people. It's pretty good.
No, I haven't tasted that life. I like the public. Very cheap.
You like the public? Yeah, it's cheap, isn't it? And it's fun. It's good just to go out for a walk and get into the sand and that sort of thing.
Of course.
Do you like bunkers?
No, I play Karela, mainly. The first 9, there's like no bunkers.
You've played Menai as well.
I have, yeah.
There's a few bunkers there. There's a great par 3, isn't it? Like the one of the last, maybe the 17th. Is a par 3 up that big hill, and there's a bunker just hiding there.
Yeah, that's 5, I think. Yeah, it's good one.
Oh man! All right. Well, anyways, enough golf chat. Let's get into some body surf chat. Finn Padman, as I mentioned, is a local boy done good. He knows Cronulla Beach very, very well. He's surfed there. He's competed there. He's going to give us some inside information about what to expect at the Australian Body Surfing Classic on Saturday. So Finn, what do you think it's going to look like? Because the competition is going to take place either at Wanda or Allura. We might be able to sneak up a little bit north, but yeah, it's going to be around that area. So what are we looking at for Saturday?
I'm just looking at the stats here on Saturday. First light's 5:30, and high tide's at 12:30 a.m. Lows 6 a.m. High is 1 p.m. So those factors for surfing competitions, the tide is a huge factor. Like in the morning, it'd be perfect conditions. As soon as the tide changes, completely different. So
the first heat is at 7:30 a.m.
And that's low.
Yeah, so it's going to be a low tide,
dead low.
Which is interesting because around that area at the moment there isn't a lot of beach. Have you noticed that? There's not much beach from all the erosion.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to have a little beach at the start of the day because it's going to be a low tide, but we're going to lose that because that water comes right up to the rocks and to the wall now, and there's not much.
So it's Allura or Wanda? Or
Allura is, but like Allura now, there's not much beach there.
How are the banks?
Well, that's the big question that everyone's wanting to know. We surfed it last Saturday, and we surfed closer to Wanda, and there wasn't much action happening there.
Right.
There was maybe one or two banks that were crowded by surfers, so the body surfers didn't really get a go. But further down north, there was some rip bowls happening.
Mm-hmm.
There was a few sections you could surf in. They were actually having a surf comp at North Cronulla last Saturday, and it looked really fun. It looked really cool.
Yeah, that was Sharks Board Riders that was on.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Do swack me for saying this, but like, if you want to do front flips and stuff, low tide's the way to go.
Right.
So if you want to do that stuff, get the big scores. I'm talking out of my arse here, but surely if you're in the earlier heats, you got that advantage.
There you go. Finn's tip: do a front flip on low tide. Not bad advice.
I don't know if it's I don't think it's saying the swell height, but it's looking. I think it's looking pretty good.
That's exciting. It'd be nice to get a bit of swell there.
I think today it said it was 3 to 4, but who knows? These things are never that perfect.
Now, enough body surf chat because I'm kind of over it. We've been talking body surfing all week, and
we've lost one.
Oh no! It was because of your front flip tip. They were like, "This is an outrage. There shouldn't be front flips in body surfing."
I agree with that.
This is a legacy pure sport.
Pure sport.
We're making a mockery of it by doing front flips. I wonder if have you ever seen the film Air Bud?
I have not. What's the film?
The premise is that in the rule books of basketball, it never says that a dog can't play. So they get a dog to play basketball on their basketball team.
Really?
I wonder if a dog could compete in Whomp and just do some doggy paddle onto a wave.
I feel like you got to be on the wave for 2 seconds for it to count as a score. I say you got to be able to wear flippers to be in the competition.
Yeah, dogs don't need flippers.
You make some dog flippers.
That'd be really cute.
Some dog flippers.
So let's talk about what's happening Friday, which is the live body surf podcast. Finn Padman will be there performing. You'll be doing a bit of warm-up comedy. You'll be the opening act, getting everyone excited for a big show. And then we will be doing our live podcast. We've got a lot of stuff planned. It's going to be a lot of fun.
I've heard some of the details. It sounds like it's going to be a ripper.
Yeah, we've actually put a bit of effort into this. So it's going to be very exciting. And then John Cruikshank from Redfern Electrical will be headlining and doing a bit of stand-up comedy to end the show. It's for $12 a ticket, mate. This show is going to be red hot. I'll tell you what, it's a good little deal. So if you haven't bought your tickets yet, jump online, thebodysurfpodcast.com, and just find that little ticket link, and you can pay your $12 and get a ticket. There, tickets will also be available at the door, but get in early. It might sell out.
It's looking like it will.
Now, we had something very exciting planned. We were going to do a body surf joke off between you and another comedian that's been featured on the podcast before, Alan Fang. Alan Fang has pulled out because I think he got booked at the store or something. So
I think he's taking photos. I think he might have been playing it up a bit.
They're looking for surf photographers for the Australian Body Surfing Classic. I wonder if Alan would be able to help out with that. He's quite a good photographer. But he's unable to do comedy on the night, so he's left you solo to open the show.
Which I'm very scared to do.
No, you'll be all right.
No, I'll be fine.
You'll be all right.
That'll be great.
But did you have any sort of body surf jokes that you wanted to trial out tonight that you were going to do against Alan when we were going to do the body surf joke off?
No, because it was over before it began, so I didn't have time to write. But I like the idea of just saying like, "Oh, I think a good body surf trick," and then saying something ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like good body surf trick would be you're on a wave, you see a fish, you catch it, and then you release it ethically.
Oh, that's you. That's you in the Facebook comments.
Yeah, of course. And that's the only one I've came up with. I think There's a joke ready to go. They probably heard it though.
Not many people are doing body surfing gear, so I don't think it's been done.
Body surfing gear. We did some body surfing jokes at the start of our episode. At the end of our episode.
We had 5 minutes to write those.
If that.
I'm really putting you on the spot now.
Body surfing is a good sport. Did I say I did that joke last time?
Do you want me to tell you a joke I recently wrote?
I'd love that.
What's the difference between a stand-up surfer and a stand-up comedian?
What?
I'm not sure, but a lot of fuckwits do both.
Oh.
Yeah?
No, I like it. I was just very upset and offended by the material. I don't know.
Because you're both.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Whomp Week is a bit of a tradition here on the Body Surf podcast. We normally jump on and do a few episodes. We normally do an episode every night in the lead up to Whomp Week, and they normally get a bit loose. And normally what I do is tell you my top 3 tips for the Australian Body Surfing Classic. So should we do that tonight? Should I do my top 3 tips for the Body Surfing Classic? This would be the 3rd time I've competed at the Australian Body Surfing Classic.
Have you won before?
Ooh, no.
Have you got close?
No.
Well, I know about these tips, fellas. Take them with a grain of sand.
Some very salty sand.
Womp womp.
I don't know. I feel like I'm almost like a veteran now. You know. I know.
No, you know your shit.
I know what I'm doing.
I'm just joking. You know your shit. I was just kidding.
No, there's people that have entered every year, so I'm pretty new to the sport, like in terms of competing and that sort of thing. But I've sussed out some stuff, and I think these are my top 3 tips for 2022. So, number 1, I think accessories are going to be in this year.
Do explain.
Well, everyone's got a handboard. Everyone's got flippers. Some people don't have a handboard, and those guys are pretty cool. So everyone's got at least flippers. But what else can you add to make yourself stand out a little bit more, but still comply with the rules? So I'm thinking some sort of glasses, sunglasses, goggles.
Yeah, scuba diving tank. I don't know.
What about
Hat.
What about a scuba diving belt?
To weigh you down. Like, look how good I am. I can. That's good.
So, accessories. I'd love to see some really creative, fun accessories out there. That's tip number 1. Tip number 2.
This feels very impromptu.
You have to wear the same fins that you compete in the water as what you're going to use when you compete on the sand for the fin sprint. Now, not everyone's going in the fin sprint. So, if you're not in the fin sprint, wear scuba Steves. Wear the longest flippers you can find, because you're not going to be running. Don't worry about it. Just wear the biggest flippers you can get and just be pushing onto every single wave. If you are in the fin sprint, find the smallest flippers you can find. Use that upper body strength to get on those waves. Don't worry about kicking. Worry about running a bit later on in the day. That's tip number 2. Tip number 3. You've got to treat yourself, boys. You got to treat yourself. Go and get a pedicure the day before. Now, I've jumped the shark. I've jumped the gun. I've really prematurely blown my load.
Oi.
I went and got a mani-pedi today, and mate, I'm feeling great.
You get them coloured?
I will be. I didn't want to do it too early because that might you chip them and stuff. But I will be getting the Budgie Boy colours, which is blue and pink. I'll be getting them done on my feet and my hands.
I think I'm going to get a manly pedi. That's when you use an axe grinder to do it.
Are you going to get one?
I've got them before, and I will in the future when I'm more financially stable.
You were saying your wait, comedy's not working out for you?
Oh,
I thought you were headlining.
man, I'm not even.
I thought you were making that sweet, sweet do-re-mi.
Sweet, sweet cash.
So you were telling me before that when you do go and get a pedicure, your feet are too mangled for them to use regulation tools on you?
No, I got insane toenails from rock climbing, and it's just filthy. They smell. They're disgusting.
You got stinky feet.
And I'm ashamed of them. And I've paid lots of money for surgeries before, and they both haven't worked. And I'm thinking of taking legal action.
Yeah.
And yeah, it would affect my body surfing.
Yeah.
Kicking against that toe with the flippers on, it's going to be brutal. But I'll do it for the fun, I guess.
Well, you can do it without flippers.
Oh, come on.
You said you used to do it without flippers all the time.
Yeah, but that's just in the shore dump.
It's still body surfing. Shories are still body surfing.
That's my favorite type. But when you're getting the longer rides,
yeah, that's true.
you want to be you don't want to be like sinking out the back.
A lot of Australian body surf classics have been won by shories.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Like they come out of like a miracle barrel or a front flip.
Or you keep catching the wave until it becomes a shory.
Ah.
So shories. I called yesterday's episode Tuesday with shories.
Oh, that's a good one.
Do you like that?
Yeah. Could shories have been in the tips?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bit controversial. I didn't want to.
Do want to split the audience?
Exactly. So that's my 3 tips. It's up to you guys if you want to use them or not. Have you got your own tips? What have you done in the past that's helped you out? Because there's a few extra ones. I think taking an esky is a good idea. You want to have a few nice drinks after you swim. What else can you do? Would you have any tips for our body surfers that are competing on Saturday?
Well, I've never competed, so these tips aren't going to be great.
You've competed in surf comps.
Well, you stay hydrated.
Yeah.
In the daytime.
Are you a Gatorade kind of person, or do you like just fresh water?
Water's the way to go, but Gatorade tastes good.
Our official drink, which we voted on at a Budgie Boy AGM meeting, was salt water.
Oh, that's a good one.
You ever just drink a glass of salt water?
Plenty of times.
Get that in your lungs, you're dead.
Get that in your legs, you dog. I say legs. I'm nervous for the listeners.
Oh, we've only got 2, so don't worry.
I just lost one. That was one of those 3. Is that 3 still?
They're dogs. Anywho,
they're good men, and if they leave, I will be shattered.
Do you know the sign off?
It's always above head when you're on your belly. It's always when you're on your belly. It's always above head. Yeah, it's always above head when you're body surfing. Haloop. Is that it?
Anywho, we got to get out of here. Do it all again real soon. But remember, it's always overhead when you're body surfing. Bye-bye.